This is Stephanie Cans with Not So Shabby. I am here today and we are going to paint an old, probably vintage, orangey colored wood chair, and we're going to make it elegant with General Finishes black pepper chalk paint. We're going to put 2 coats of that on, followed by General Finishes high performance sealer. I do like to use flat with black. So that is what we are going to do today. This should be an easy project. So if you have a chair in your house that you've been wanting to get rid of and you want to give it new life, you will see how easy it is to do that. I have already cleaned this, but I'm seeing some spots that I missed. So a lot of times in those little corners, you'll see that you missed those spots. So we'll make sure it's nice and clean. But I cleaned this before the video because you didn't need to see me cleaning it. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, put the black pepper chalk paint on. If you watched my other video, I was talking about using shellac on your first step after you've cleaned it. This is not a necessary step when you use black because you're not worried about the tannins coming out in black. It's not going to show. I've got my spray bottle in case I want to water this down. I really like this black pepper. General Finishes also makes milk paint. I like their milk paint. I use that a lot. And I'll show you in other videos why I use the black milk paint, but I'm not even going to go into that. This is the chalk paint. So let's just dip my wonderful, ooh, did you see that splatter? A wonderful chalk painting brush that I use for, like I told you in the last video, everything. I will wash this when I'm done with this, and then I will use it for the sealer. I just use these brushes until they break down, and then they go into a pile to use for shellac. This has excellent coverage, and that is why I like it. It paints so well. I know you can go and you can get latex paint from Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you'd like to go. But there is just something about using chalk paint that is just so easy. It glides on so well, such smooth coverage, low smell. I don't know what the right word is, but you know, with the fumes and everything, it has low, I can't remember. Hopefully I'll get that for another video. But anyway, I don't remember the name. But it's not strong. You don't get a headache from smelling it. Now the shellac, oh, that stuff's horrible. Anything that's oil-based is gonna be really bad. But again, this is water-based. I saw a spider web I missed there. I did clean them up, but obviously I missed that one. For coat number 2 on our chair. It has literally been sitting here no more than 20 minutes and it is completely dry. So now I'm going to apply the second coat of paint. Okay, you can see that I'm done now with the second coat of chalk paint. It takes a little longer to do a chair because you need to go around the spindles, and a lot of times you might miss a spot that you have to go back and touch up. You'll see that I would go over, I don't know if you noticed it because it was in fast motion, whatever it's called, double speed, whatever. You'll see that I was going through, because when you paint, sometimes the paint will glob up on the edges, and I don't want that. So I was going back and I was just cleaning up that extra paint. It might pool up in certain areas. So that's what you may have noticed if I was going over a spot that I had already painted. I noticed that there was a part that needed to be cleaned up a bit. So we're gonna let this dry for about 20 minutes and then we will start the distressing, and after that we will seal it and we will be completed with this chair. We are now on the last step, second to the last step of our process for this chair. taking my 320 sandpaper and I'm going to distress the edges of this chair to bring out the color of the wood underneath. Once it is sealed, it is going to have such an elegant look to it. Completely distressed, and we are ready for the last step, which is to seal the chair. After it was completely distressed, I did take a paintbrush, a dry paintbrush, and I just dusted it off to make sure there wasn't any pieces of the paint sticking to the chair. So now we are going to apply, again, the General Finishes top coat. I do like to use flat on black. My same paintbrush that I used to paint this chair is now been washed. Like I said, it's water-based, so it washes off really well. Now I'm going to seal it with the same paintbrush. I just love these paintbrushes. And while I'm thinking about it, this paintbrush, the chalk paintbrush, is a 2-inch paintbrush. So if you're looking on Amazon for a good chalk paintbrush, it's very versatile. It's so easy to paint with. Make sure you do the 2-inch. Because they do make them smaller, but this is the one you want. So I'm just going to apply one coat of the sealer on the entire chair except the seat. I will go back and apply a second, possibly third coat to the seat. Obviously that's where it's going to be worn. A painted piece of furniture is not as durable as a stained, but it does hold up very nicely. This sealer is great. We are done with the sealing. I will go back and make sure there's no globs of paint anywhere, not paint, the sealer anywhere. So when we come back, you will see a finished product that has been dried, and we'll do a close-up picture so you can really see the detail in the wood with the distressing. It really is an elegant piece. This piece could be used as an accent chair in a room. It can be used as a vanity chair in a bathroom, living room. It has lots of uses. So we took an ugly orange chair and turned it into a beautifully black, elegant chair. But we will come back in just a minute so you can see once it's dried, it's just gonna be even prettier than it is now. Thank you so much. All right, just a recap of what we have done today is this black chair. You'll see the beginning. If you watch the whole entire video, it was like an orangey wood colored vintage chair, which was ugly. So what we did is we took the black pepper chalk paint, 2 coats of chalk paint, distressed, followed by the Sealer General Finishes top coat flat finish for our chair. Now we have a perfect chair to accent any room of your choice. So all these pieces here are going to the store tomorrow. We're going to recap what we have here. This right here is what we did in our first video, or second video actually, our French Provincial chest of drawers painted in pure white by Sloan. Over here we have our quilt hutch, which again I've said before, duck egg blue, again Sloan, one of my favorite. The inside is the pure white, followed by this massive antique beautiful table that's got character on the top. That's all I can do to describe it because it's one of a kind with the beautiful detail. You can see the detail in the wood. It just, when you distressed it, it just came out so wonderfully. I just love that. So this is going tomorrow, followed by a 72-inch by 40-inch oak table painted in French linen, also by Sloan, with the Minwax stain Jacobine, with 3 coats of poly on top. Followed by another duck egg piece, which this again is a wonderful piece. It's solid wood throughout the entire piece. I wouldn't guess this is over 100 years old as well, just by looking at the way the drawers were assembled. The type of dovetail drawers they had was different than typical. Wonderful piece here. We have just a little bitty coffee table here, 36-inch diameter. All these pieces are going to be headed to KTX Home in Katy for anybody that is interested. I'm simply a vendor there. It's a great store. There's lots of good pieces of furniture. But this is the recap. This is the chair that we did. You can bring a close-up if you can get the detail. This is done in the black pepper by General Finishes. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. I know you didn't see me paint all these pieces because we just got started, but I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Like my page, Not So Shabby. I'm Stephanie down here in Texas, enjoying what I do, hoping I can share some wisdom with you all. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night.